and welcome to the NXT review. We are the Dudley Boys of What Culture. I'm Adam Wilbourn, joined by Michael Hamflett and Michael Sidgwick here to review everything that happened on last night's episode of NXT. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube, where we do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review the show, formerly known as NXT 2.0. Oh, someone out wrong. Oh, pardon us, AW Dynamite. AW Collision. Pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete with a very good quiz, of course, on Wrestle Culture. As I said, though, joined by Hamflett and Sidgwick to review last night's NXT, a show I had a really good time with, which I sense you two didn't.
I had a really good time with that intro. I always like it, always. But the SmackDown one now feels like how I feel about SmackDown, because there's an element of surprise in your voice when SmackDown's looking nice.
Yeah, it's 4 weeks in a row.
Not only hideous, but recently, like, SmackDown's really sorted itself out. Unlike NXT, I'm sorry, which continues to
always was
sort of fill me full of dread, if I'm honest. Like on a Wednesday morning, this wasn't the worst of recent times. That's the end of my bit.
Usual crap. Increasingly, it's not charmingly bad. I've had an issue with the NXT being too dumb for its own good for quite some time. The days of 21-second talk shows and murders and sexcapades.
I'm missing them.
People getting, boffed, stunners getting boffed and all the rest of it. It's just that's been dead for years now, right? The heartfelt, this is stupid, why do I not hate it era of Von Wagner. Dead. So there was a lot of stupidity when I was growing tired of all of that. But I miss even the bad stupidity because this is just absolute Sixer City.
Yep.
It's Sixer City, and I swear to God, it's the new 2022-2023 AEW, wherein some of the actions...
Jesus, not that bad, mate.
Where some of the action's good, a lot of matches just kind of happen, and remember, was it the Regina de Wave title held by Hikaru Shida, and it was defended on Rampage? I might have completely got that entirely wrong.
Sounds right.
Regina Wave, something like that. And the usual suspects were like, God, what a meaningless title belt. What on earth is that doing being defended on Rampage? And there are too many titles. And late 2022 was trade offer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't get CM Punk and the Elite. You get too much Ring of Honor. Acceptable trade? No. No, I don't want Ring of Honor. I don't want Ring of Honor. Everyone's like, it's not that big a deal. Well, look what happened next. People stopped caring about AEW, and it wasn't just the initials of ROH that made it feel small time, because this is one of those, they've tried to get it through the back door. Oh, look, Ring of Honor. God, look, they're great world champions. They're on Dynamite. If anything, ROH get a TV show, right, Warner? No. You remember this got really tiresome, incredibly tiresome, and I was just sick of seeing ROH stuff. It just diluted the premium quality of AEW, which, by the way, didn't have too dissimilar a roster to what TNA might have managed in a different timeline, or Ring of Honor. The initials and the stigma and that counts for so much. AEW was this premium. Well, I know we've only got Jimmy Havoc and the undercard, but look, it's not TNA.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's that helped it enormously. How many title belts did you count in the first half an hour of this program? Way too many title belts.
Got a belt.
But I don't see the usual complaining about this because it's not AEW. I thought too many belts for promotions that nobody cares about was a bad thing.
It's a terrible thing. It's been a problem on this show for a year.
The consistency.
Yeah, I didn't like it from the beginning. It's been one of the reasons why NXT hasn't worked. Something else I was thinking about this morning. So when AEW launched, this is state of NXT stuff, not state of AEW, I promise. But
oh, goodness.
When NXT was suddenly head-to-head with AEW.
I love how this podcast is going from bad to worse. He's already upset that we didn't like the NXT show, and now we're talking about AEW.
When, of course, Wilbourn, the Wednesday Night War finished because of...
You had to move because of the hockey, yeah.
Correct, yeah. That was 2021. That was when Triple H had his cardiac event and Shawn Michaels took over running of NXT. And then a little boom ski happened for NXT, you know, like the 2.0 era into that initial like kind of sweet spot where not only was creatively like everybody relatively satisfied with NXT, but objectively the numbers were pretty good for it too. That 22, 23 period. Like Triple H went from sort of 2012, but he had a lot of other roles within WWE, but then really NXT was his proper baby by sort of by 2013, 2014. He had his like 4 or 5 year run because I've runs, and then he just carried on going as NXT, comfortably lost the Wednesday Night War before hockey forced it to move nights. Sean's been at this 5 years. I wish this bit of the developmental system was set up the same way the wrestling one is, and you could let somebody else have a go. Like I welcome what Shawn Michaels could try on the main roster because that room could certainly do with a refresh.
Tell him try. Still amazing, isn't it?
Like a couple of new voices in the main WWE writers room.
Work. It's not even short for triple. Like, tell him Trey.
Every single Monday in 1997, Shawn Michaels got to work and was forced to draft 10 ways he might get Triple H over. Well, last week's 10 didn't work. I guess we'll go again.
We'll have to try again.
Wait a second.
Tell him try.
Triple H just try. Bad job. He has to hand the promo to somebody else. Tell him try. No.
I'm with you here, right?
Like bookers have runs. We talk about this. WWE's main roster feels a bit stale, and what do we talk about? Well, maybe Triple H like is done, or maybe he's peaked, maybe as he did in
lost interest,
as he did in NXT. It's amazing to get a second peak. Not many, a lot of bookers have one peak run. Not many have two. Fair play to the game ski, but them days is over. And now we're just on this like slow decline in the main roster. What if Shawn Michaels, with a bit of a change of scenery and a bit of a change of roster, could offer? He's had a bit of experience. He's had his own creative developmental, and he goes to the main roster, and it's the mix-up is good for everybody, and he's like a welcome new voice in the room. Somebody else in the NXT one, like I don't know, it hit me. I was like, this feels stale in the same way. Like we talk a lot now about how the process. Well, there isn't a process. Somebody just goes to the main roster when they're ready. That's better. But what that's done to the booking is it's taken away a lot of the pattern stuff that used to help Triple H in the golden era of NXT and Shawn Michaels in this era of NXT's own little golden era. That's all gone now. You've done most of your ideas. You've done your best ones. A lot of it. Remember when Shawn Michaels had his I'll retread my own career thing, but for the most part, they were quite fun. He's kind of stopped doing that now as well. He retreads nothing. It's just they go out there and they wrestle. Some win titles, some don't, and they go to the main roster. You're stuck with Sixers and the Dead Man's AAA lads. It's like, and it's really uninspired. It's a developmental. Put somebody else in the room. What's the harm in that, you know? Shawn Michaels doesn't have to get fired. There's got to be 100 different roles that a Shawn Michaels can do, not least when his best friend's got so much power in the company.
And when he's refreshed, right, think about this. It never happens really, or not no more. Triple H, you know, decides to be president or whatever. Okay. And either a refreshed, re-energized Shawn Michaels, who, as time will often tell this tale, like, the longer he's out of it, people will remember his better days, and his reputation will get enhanced as a result. And then whoever's in the NXT hot seat, they could vie for the position of head booker in main roster Fed, and they can, I don't know, like, it's a corporate structure. They can each put in a job application, as part of which would be, well, what's your next year of storylines? And you pick the best one.
Remember, basically the first thing Punk said, I'll have that in a few years, please, Sean.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted that job, didn't he?
Give it to Punk. Give it to Punk. He's clearly, his body's telling him, his body's aching at this point, telling him, you got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop. Not no good anymore, really, are you, Phil?
That is not what CM Punk's body is saying.
It is.
That's never ever said that to him in 20 years.
His mind always says no, but his body's been crying for forever. Oh no, don't get a tattoo, much less the entire body. Can't handle anything.
Crying body corner.
All I'm saying is I'm hurting.
I'm surprised you didn't enjoy the show as much as I did. It's not to the level that I did, there was a few things on this show that I thought would have been up your street.
Yeah,
you often say there's not enough silliness. I thought there was a lot and a few hooks in there of.
Yeah, there was some stuff I liked. I think every roster on every show we review needs shaking up badly. There's not many wrestlers I'm not sick of across all the stuff we cover at the moment.
All of them.
Well, let's get into it. We start straight away with that six-woman tag match. The new world.
Yeah.
Hello.
I really like this.
A button running on NXT.
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah. New NXT Women's Champion Tatum Paxley, her best friend Izzy Dame, and Lola Vice taking on Fatal Influence, that being the newest member of Fatal Influence, of course, Lainey Reed, former Women's North American Champion Fallon Henley, and former NXT Women's Champion JC Jane.
No.
Cutting in for a second, did you like Izzy Dame's Scott Hall away kit attire?
Well, I loved it for that reason and the fact that we kind of talked about this on the preview yesterday in between quiz summary lines, is that she's now going to work at trying to separate Tatum Paxley from the rest of the locker room. Gaslight her in fashion. Like, Tatum Paxley was never seen as this beloved figure, but she wins the title and all of a sudden everybody's congratulating and all that kind of thing. Izzy Dame's looking on going, well, this wasn't in the Cullens plan. I don't like this very much. So the gear matched exactly what Tatum Paxley wore at Halloween Havoc when she won the belt. And it's like, see? I love you. We're best mates, you and I. And then you got the finish to kind of pay that off as well. Yeah. She's trying to colour.
She's screaming.
Culling people, killing people, and my mum.
Yeah, I mean, there was a closer bond between Tatum Paxley and Lola Vice to start with. They hug at the start. Dame, no, good. But JC Jane throws her jacket at Izzy during the intro. She's no messing about.
5 years for Jesse and Fallon. 5 years.
That's 4.
2020. Oh yeah, that's okay. That's still
that's hard.
That's still a Rock and Austin run. That's a Rock and Austin run.
It'll be a long time. Longer than the Attitude Era.
Yeah. It's been NXT longer than the Attitude Era. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Why would you ruin something that's been so successful?
Good point.
So, Jane goes.
It's really
what?
Your psychological profile,
huh?
You like repetition.
Yes.
It's, in fact, you are like the Stuart Lee of lanky ginger twat, in that you love running jokes and saying the same thing and kind of doing the same thing over and over again. It's no wonder you like Love X era of WWE so much. Trying to argue, this Drew McIntyre runs really uninspiring. And he was like, not for me, I like it. And I'm like, I thought God, it was something.
There were some good moments, you have to admit. I know you came with the data on the SNME review, but like
still worth checking out wherever you get your podcasts from.
The best feud of the year in Drew and Punk.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good.
Yeah. What happened in 2025?
I never know what year it is, to be honest, mate.
Oh, that was Punk and Drew.
2025.
Yeah, it's going to be this middling.
I like the Priest feud. I said that.
I know.
Priest was all right.
Anyway, I like this match. Let's talk about how good this match were.
Yes. Jane goes straight after Paxley. Izzy Dame came in and seemingly had, took out frustrations on what you were talking about on poor Lainey Reed. Just scoop slam, drop kick. Paxley comes back in, hits a jumping elbow for 2. At one point, Henley and Reed tried to double team Lola Vice, but Paxley and Dame come in for the save. Lola and Tatum do double corner bumps, despite JC Jane trying to stop it. And Lola and Tatum do a little dance in the ring as Izzy's like, no, I'm not doing that. Takes to a break.
Yeah, it's just before we carry on with the rest of the match. This sort of stuff, this character work, right? It's hit and miss, and the work is hit and miss as well. But to sort of go back to where we started.
Hit from my perspective, this one.
It is pissing all over the men's division on this show. Night and day, to be honest. There are characters here to this match's defense. Sidgwick liked it more than me, but they're all over. They're all serving purposes. They're all in their sort of internal storylines, as well as things that, as you can see here, can overlap with other ones. It's a well looked after division with a bunch of over acts as well. And I don't just mean NXT over. If you take this show on the road, they get the reactions in those buildings too. The contrast on the show between the likes of these and then who you got elsewhere in the men's division. Bloody hell. It's just,
It's the strongest women's division in wrestling. I've told you.
It's a good one. I like Raw and SmackDown's been the women's division. Women have been booked pretty well in WWE this year. Like a far cry from where they were at when Triple H first took over. It felt like a bit more of a passion project this year.
Yeah. So we come back from the break, and they are Fatal Influence. That is triple teaming Lola Vice. Jane hits a big cannonball, saying to Tatum Paxley, "Coming for you, coming for your title." Goes for another one, but Lola dodges that. Brings in Paxley. She cleans house. There's a T-bone suplex in there, some corner crossbodies to all of Fatal Influence, basically. Paxley hits a spinning heel kick on Fallon Henley, goes up top for a 450, but Fallon moves, and she ends up, Tatum, this is on the ropes where Lainey Reed cheap shots her. The ref gets distracted, misses the roll-up from Fallon Henley. So instead, Tatum hits an inverted sit-out driver. That pin gets broken up. Everyone comes in. Everyone hits stuff. That ends with Tatum Paxley and Fallon Henley hitting a double lariat. And then there's a double blind tag. JC Jane and Izzy Dame. And Izzy Dame almost collides with Tatum Paxley, but moves her out of the way to eat a rolling encore. And JC Jane gets the win.
Tatum Paxley and Fallon Henley, in two separate exchanges in this match, had what will be reviewed at Tape Study at the Performance Center today as like the quintessential WWE TV exchange that everybody's been made to study and write lines on, because they're like WWE, like their baby faces to like always be firing up on something like a hot tag or a comeback. They want those heels like with springs on their back coming back up to like answer the attack of the babyface, and the babyface better have something to match that, and then they go again. You've seen it 100 million times, but it's a formula that WWE loves for a reason, because it's like, it's not even a cheat code, it's good work done well. These two had it like in spades here. Like Fallon Henley, like I forget how much I like Fallon Henley sometimes, because I always quite enjoyed her as a babyface, but I think her work has been better as a heel.
Yeah,
I think her matches have been better as a heel, which sort of justifies the testing that we take the piss out of sometimes when people just hang around and play both roles. But she's put it all together as a heel. And yeah, to Sidge's point over Tatum Paxley over the last few weeks now, when you stop and observe the work, like it's all the more impressive to me that she's kind of folded into the gimmick that she plays. Quite hard to be, well, like the NXT, it's an archetype at this point, isn't it? Like the spunky baby face. She's doing that while playing
creepy,
crazy, scary, and it's a hard role, and I think she's threading that needle quite impressively.
I had a really great time with this. Urgent, breathless, was impossible to get bored watching this. In terms of the layout, thought like for the varying levels of experience and actual full-on talent and like quality, I thought they did a fantastic job of nailing absolutely everything. And it wasn't just that they were in position for everything and the timing was good and the footwork was good and there was a crunch to everything. There was moves here that just looked sick. I don't know if it was meant to look this good, but my God, was it JC Jane who did a kind of a V-trigger of sorts to Lola Vice?
Yeah.
It almost like rocked their
Her running strikes for about a year now. Of like, she's got quite a few of them.
She
like
looked unbelievable in that exchange, to the point where if it were as bad as it looked, you're throwing up that X, and the ref did like, bloody hell, you all right? And obviously she was fine, or she appears to be fine. She wasn't marked or anything. And like, I think JC Jane just didn't even pause to think, oh Christ, that looked like it might have hit her a bit hard. Just completely composed and assured. Like, and not only have I just rocked their shit, but that was fun. A smile about it.
She had a great year.
JC Jane way. I thought this was really well done, completely on point. Nothing, groundbreaking in terms of layout, but doing that spot where, as you said, like, move. Somebody else does a move to the person who's just done the move, and then that loops and loops and loops and loops and loops. Like, it was fantastically well done, really well arranged.
Gets over in every building, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's the proper
This
stuff.
was genuinely one of the better NXT TV matches that I can recall. And to your point, the other one was Lash Legend versus Nia Jax.
Yeah.
There's just a sort of, I don't know, so much more urgency and intent behind everything the women do compared to the men a lot of the time.
There was, I remember,
I don't know what Josh Briggs was doing last night. Jesus Christ.
was it just before JC Jane won the world title off Stephanie Vaquer? They had a tag match, And I think you were off, Sidge, but we were just like, we're going to have to show him that. Because we were watching it go, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, they're laying it in a bit. And they're like, there's been a spat, like, at the performance center that week. And it's like, right, you've got a receipt coming or something.
Yeah.
She was really laying it in, JT Jane. And then they put the title on her. And you're like, what's... Like, can people still level up after all these years? And I guess the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Because she's had a brilliant year.
Then we get an NXT debut. Great to see El Grande Americano.
I was just wondering if, Kenny Omega and Jack Perry can coexist.
But felt good to have Americano and Los Americanos here in NXT. He didn't think much of the locker room, though. He wanted his own one. Started moving some stuff, and Josh Briggs was like, "Get your hands off my bag!" Before I put
got a skull in it.
And El Grande's speaking to his boys and wants to know what Briggs' problem is. Briggs doesn't care that El Grande's a big deal in AAA and's got the speed title. He makes his money putting down fan favorites like him. Briggs says, you can beat a rookie like Jasper Troy. You could survive in the ring with me. No title, no time limit, no pity, comprende. El Grande calls him a gringo and says, I'll kick your ass tonight, and accepts the challenge.
Odd. Yeah, odd, but between this, the match, and Raw, is the current order Dog, Pretend Luchador, sidekick of Pretend Luchador. Way down there.
Yeah, way down there. Pete Dunne.
Oh, is that who you think it is? Which one? What, El Grande Americano is Pete Dunne?
No.
Ah.
One of the goons. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate in masks.
Tyler Bate?
Yep.
Interesting theory.
Maybe I've been hanging out with OTJ a little while.
You're setting up Grande Americano. He's a babyface, obviously. He's facing Jasper Troy. He has to be a babyface next week. Josh Briggs is the best heel in the business.
Jasper Troy with this.
No, he's not.
In terms of getting crowd heat, he is.
I mean, I'd heard a lot of noise in that crowd, but it might have been Jasper Troy with his pots and pans, thanking the NHS from the stands.
Popped me as well. Can't hit a move. What's that? Oh my God. We're Marley and Marley. Oh no, it's Jasper Troy.
Jasper Troy's clapping for Gareth. Fucking hell, man.
But before we get to that, we see the footage and the photo, in fact, of the aftermath of Kalani Jordan turning heel.
Oh, boy.
Hitting Jordan Grace. Do you not like this?
Well, I was just praising how it's sometimes good how they test people by turning them heel. Sometimes it ain't good.
Sometimes it actually sucks.
TNA Knockout Li Yingli is training and says that Kalani brought shame to the TNA Knockouts world title, and she wants a shot at her, basically. Kalani, meanwhile, sees Kendall Gray there chatting to leader of the NQCC, Ren Sinclair, Carmen Petrovic, and Tyra May Steele. Kalani says, remind me of when I won my first title, wet behind the ears, nice to everybody. In fact, check out what I've got to say. She marches out to explain her actions and justifies it for me. She says, look, I did everything I could to retain my title last week. Funny. You boo me when I do heelish things.
Boo me, Kalani.
Didn't do that for Dominic Mysterio or Cody Rhodes, I noticed. And I thought, good point.
Boo me, a sixer.
Good, valid point, though, that, right?
Yep.
She wanted to hold this title with honor and prestige. And you know what that gets you? Booed. Kicked out of the locker room. Labeled as a traitor. Amongst people she thought were her friends. And I thought, poor you. Yeah, that's a good point. Again, Kalani, another good point. How dare I represent TNA, they said. Ooh, can't do that. But Lola Vice can go to AAA every week. Another good point. Truth is, I was kicked out of the locker room by women who haven't accomplished half of what I've accomplished in NXT. And I thought, they haven't actually. Another good point. There isn't anyone in the back that can keep up with her. The fans aren't loyal either. All they care about is girls with fat asses and catchphrases.
Don't put emphasis on, because if you've not watched this show and you're a listener, come viewer, you might be getting the impression that this was good.
It was. Case in point, Jordan Grace. Everyone booed her out of the building. Then when Kalani hit with the title, suddenly Public Enemy #1. What's going on there? I'm not going to be taking back saying I'm not defending my title at Gold Rush. Good heel stuff there in New York. In fact, I'm going to stay home. Li Yingli, I already beat you. Hello. Why should I care? And then she ends it just bang. Call me disloyal. Call me a traitor. But one thing you will call me is a champion. Mic drop, baby.
Right. she made a lot of good points. As you outlined. That's what happens when you've put the stuff in place for the story to make sense, which it has.
Yep.
You know, and this is almost when they do these exposition dumps, it's that reminder of like, see, we did plan this.
Yeah, breadcrumbs. Absolutely.
Well done. You planned on a show that requires planning. Good work. Like, I'm going to let it play out.
Absolutely.
Because I thought her performance was poor. Very poor.
Subjective, yeah, but
I really, really like Kalani Jordan and want this to work. By this, I mean her WWE career. I enjoy watching her work.
Ready for the main roster, really.
Yep.
But could be in the Rumble.
A year ago. As a babyface, but we'll see. I'm going to let this was really poor. This was a bad job of delivering material, which wasn't good, but was logical.
This was legitimately one of the worst promos of the year. Kalani Jordan made Ava sound like New Jack. There's nothing there. The delivery of this.
Please upgrade your impression for today. For just effing chucking it way through.
You know, Ric Flair's the kind of guy to put on a figure four. I'm the kind of guy to bring a gas can to the ring. Anyway, I swear to God, this was ace. This was like several shades of unacceptably awful. Kalani Jordan, right? Have you ever seen, like, someone incredibly mild-mannered get mildly annoyed? Like, you know, when you go on, like, the school run and you overhear the parents and, like, they're going, Ian, I says, I don't know if people say this in like other countries, but like in Newcastle and Gateshead and the surrounding areas. So I says to her, you know, I think you're in the wrong there. I says, like Kalani Jordan.
Sorry, I'm thinking that. I think it was like, must have been like a Paul Merton routine or something where he's going like, and then she turns around to her and says, and he turns around to me and says, why is nobody faced it?
Yeah. So when someone mild-mannered who doesn't have any fire or like a seeming inability to get like really angry gets kind of like annoyed by something, and they describe a circumstance to me of like, I don't know, horrendous customer service they've been given the runaround, where it's like, I'd be raging me. Like, no. I'll tell you the air fryer story on the podcast.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Oh, no, maybe not on the podcast.
Well, I'll do that at some point. And like, she just looked mildly inconvenienced, yet didn't have the ability, fire, emotional range, talent, anything to put across her story. She is not good. She's never been that good. But when you're playing plucky novice who's really quite advanced for her level of experience in the ring, just promising to do her best, you can kind of get away with such kind of, it's not even whiny, just this awful nothing delivery. I can't adequately explain, I failed here. I can't adequately explain how rubbish like this was.
It was like, do you remember every now and then there'll be some like leaked Performance Center promo class videos that drop, and you'll see these wrestlers playing completely different characters.
Deer in the headlights.
And just hearing Dusty Rhodes going, well, that was sucked, and you never see like Alexa Bliss playing a plumber ever again or whatever it is, you know, and it's like, this was like watching one of those, wasn't it? I can see why they ended up bringing her up as a Rob Van Dam style babyface, because I watched a promo class heel thing and it didn't work.
So she was honestly like treating this subject matter and this actually explains her actions in the graphic, which I found hilarious. Like this, a huge series of events and how people have treated her to do what all baby faces should think of as the unthinkable, a seismic, life-changing event to go bad. As if she'd been, you know, like on the line with customer service for a department store who'd given her the wrong delivery, and she was a little bit upset that she had to miss a child's appointment at the dentist. Like, this is pathetic. This is not pro wrestling. This is awful. Quick air fryer story. Air fryers on the blink after a year, or like under a year, in fact. Unacceptable. So like, you know, you should be able to do is press a button, bing, come round, I shouldn't have to do that. It's your faulty product. No, you have to put it in a box. You have to clean it. You have to put it in a box. You have to return it to a designated click and collect Amazon store. So I go on the Asda website. Good news. My local one, which is in a big supermarket, which will become important. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. It says on the website, like the address, the name. All right. And it's like, if I'd brought a flat cardboard box under my armpits and I put the air fryer, which isn't that heavy, in 2 separate bags. I don't drive. I'm too scared to learn now. Right? In separate bags would have been fine. Because I had to put the whole thing in a box. It was just a big unwieldy thing. Carrying it for the 5-10 minute walk was just a bit of a pain in the arse, right? So the second I walk through the Asda doors, right, and I'm like, I've already dropped this and pick it up 5 times, right, on the walk. And the second I drop it next to the doors, what's that? You know when it's I'm gonna have to take this back to my house. I can just tell. What's that? Well, you see, it's an air fryer that I'm using your click and collect service to return because it's defective, and I need a refund on it. No, it's not, George. That it could be. Why did you look so suspicious before I explained what it was? It could have been 50 pairs of pajamas that I bought from your George shopping like clothes range. How the f*** do you know? I was instantly furious, right? Just because the box is big. I don't know. I could be returning 100 pairs of socks, right?
I bulk buy the same clothes. Don't judge me for it, but I'd like to return them now.
It's a lie. It's loads of socks.
Well, and here's the thing. So it's like, right, okay.
Bad magic trick. Air fryer.
Yeah.
Socks.
So all right. So, rubbish. It's like, again, the amount of times I curse myself for never just learning how to drive when I was 17. If you just learn how to drive, whatever. So I take a look around, click and collect, and I can see the woman, the staff, like just instantly, see that big box. Is it not? I see, like, it's not, so I've got,
Must be 50 pairs of pajamas in there.
Looking at it's like I'm on fire. Or I'm brandishing some kind of deadly weapon for like this great transgression of returning an item it says on your website that I'm allowed to do. They were looking at us like, what's you got there? I wish I just walked out because I know where this is going. Could have saved myself 20 seconds of valuable life. Put it on the click and collect. Watch that. And I was like, it's an air fryer. It says on your website you can return it. No, it's Amazon. And I was like, well, it says on your website that you can return Amazon bought items, via the shop. Bigger than a microwave. I went, what? Does it say?
Yeah, a little asterisk.
Here's our formal returns policy using our click and collect service. Here are the opening hours of the branch. Here are the vendors to which you can return. By the way, Janet says it can't be bigger than a microwave, so it doesn't say that on the website, does it? It really doesn't.
If it was the 50 pairs of pajamas, but stacked up, they were bigger than a microwave.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
How would that
Here's
work?
the thing. Here's the thing.
Into a microwave individually. Feed it through the microwave.
So I
Socks
said
in an air fryer.
So I says to the staff, I says, it's like. I was like, what is it? Well, it's an air fryer. It's Amazon that you can't return it. So it says on the website, no, it can't be bigger than a microwave.
So they know this
we don't have the space. We don't have the space in the shop. Sorry.
Is it bigger than a bread bin?
Like, a bit of empathy and compassion for what about me? What about Raven? It's like, it's just like, obviously, like, I'm sweating, I'm miserable. I've just driven up and gone to the car park and looked us out the boot, because if that were the case, I went, all right, sure thing, I'll drive 10 minutes to the nearest big one. Well, I'm obviously struggling. I have some empathy and compassion. And I was like, well, where does it? Because I want to go to Bolden and get told the same thing. It's kind of be bigger than a microwave. I haven't got the space for it in the shop. Convinced. It just couldn't be asked.
This whole story now is me picturing you at like the backy counter of an Asda, dressed as Raven, like leather jacket, plaid shirt around your waist. Tommy Dreamer with Bueller pissing himself. We got the best air fryer in the store, honey.
Meanwhile, someone else is returning a microwave. Thank you, sir. Can I have another?
Tommy Dreamer wearing 50 pairs of pajamas.
In the end, I had to get my father to take us up to the biggest supermarket. Like I'm 10 years old.
I love Bolden Asda, though.
I didn't get a chance to see it, really.
I like a trip to Bolden Asda.
Threw it into it.
I was just like, okay.
Drive by return. Air fryer just goes flying across the car park. Pick that up.
Didn't
Why
specify.
have you smashed it into a little bit so it was smaller than a microwave? Well, I've smashed it to pieces, so there you go.
Didn't specify on the website that they didn't do
pressed it
Amazon
down
returns.
into
Oh, by the way, we don't do Amazon returns. Sorry about that. Don't waste your time and your precious energy.
Bigger than a microwave is funny, isn't it? So microwaves are different sizes.
That's what I'm saying.
Not one.
What I'm saying is,
Air fryers aren't that far off. My air fryer and my microwave, in my head, are pretty similar.
no, I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Ooh, same size, but not same depth. Sorry.
What I'm saying is, I don't cut promos for a living. I should not be able to summon more emotion than a professional promos person about what ultimately was a minor convenience.
And you did it.
This is a life-changing event for her. A terrible promo.
I genuinely forgot what we were talking about halfway through that.
See, I brought it back at the end.
Yeah.
Storytelling. Do a better job than Buddy Shawn Michaels as well.
After the break, OTM get
shot.
interviewed. They're putting the tag division on notice. They want silence that shakes the room or something. And never mind, because here comes Chase U.
Oh! Teachable moment!
Your icon hasn't forgotten about the attack that OTM laid on them a few weeks ago. Kale Dixon says, you got problems with Chase U. I mean, do something about it. They're tired of being treated like stepping stones. And Bronco Nima says, you Chase U bench players, act like you're starters. We'll send you to the hospital again right now. Andre Chase, thank God, shows up and says, no need to escalate things. He says, pissing OTM off is not a good idea. Do you ever listen to anything I say?
I mean, do they? I'm so confused with this story.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with Chase U. It's just nice to see him again.
Yeah, I suppose. Like, does he want him to wrestle? Does he want him to get better? Does he not? You'd never see him in the classroom.
I thought that's your critique.
Well, that would have...
It probably would have helped.
Justify their existence a bit more. I'd understand where we're at with these characters. I don't have a clue.
It is wild how we talk about, just bringing up Wilbourn's favourite subject again, AEW, All Elite Wrestling.
Oh, God, again. Actually, I'm going to bring up AEW later, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to critique it.
Oh, good.
We talk a lot about how they could just do something. Ah, well, they'll remember that in 4 weeks' time when I decide to pick it up. Like the Willow and Chris Statlander stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I know they've parked it for a bit, but they would always kind of revisit it. And I'm like, well, I don't care. I'm not a goldfish, but I would like to be told it's reiterated its importance every single week. Yeah. That's what I'm getting now with Chase U. And because it's very unlike WWE, you see this Chase U stuff and you go, well, ultimately that is why they do it like this. Because as Hamflett says, there's no sense of literal investment in that. Like they can't be asked to book this room or to like pay for the set or wherever it is or set it up in any way. They're on TV 1 week. They don't really seem to be doing something the next 1, 2, sometimes 3 or whatever. It's like they've been AEW'd as an act. Yeah. And this is why you don't do that or can't hope to care about them that much.
I miss the regularity of Chase U. Like we did say yesterday, where are they? And I'd forgotten about the OTM attack.
But yeah, Sidge's point, this isn't the answer to that question, is the where are I? Because he's still like, well, this doesn't feel like I'm now set back in the world of Chase U.
It's not like they're back and they're all like, right, well, now that's happened. We're all on the same page. Andre Chase is still like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know either. So, moving on, we got...
Speaking of ECW, sorry, I'll just give you another jump scare there. ECW, I was just on Twitter, Paul Heyman, you son of a bitch, piece of trash. Like, it was just like, oh, here's some, football tweets, wrestling tweets. other tweets, and I was just like scrolling through, and it was like Bueller in the high-powered office set. You know where I'm going with this, don't you?
I think so.
Welcome to Bueller's Box.
You got it.
Yeah.
The 90s.
Then we got the in-ring debut on NXT of El Grande Americano versus Josh Briggs. This was loads of fun.
Sorry, box is such a good word, man.
Americano at one point got Briggs in an arm lock, did a headstand, and then did a dance.
Yeah.
He just fits right in here, doesn't he?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
At one point, Americano goes to the second rope. Briggs is there fighting with him. Suddenly we hear chains rattling. There's Jasper Troy in the crowd pulling up a chair. Great, this. Great.
Edgar Allan Troy.
Briggs takes advantage and hits a lariat to take us to a break. We come back. Briggs is.
I wanted to do a thing where like Jasper Troy's trying to like break in and enter somewhere, but he can hear his chains.
Yeah.
Like NXT Anonymous doesn't need to catch him because he just set off every sensor with his loud chains.
What he needs to do is sneak like he's what's his name? Not Brian Pillman Jr. What's his actual Alexis King?
Yeah.
We come back. Briggs is just grinding his foot into Americano's throat. He hits a nice big sidewalk slam, gets a 2 count.
I've just remembered something about this match. Sorry, it's just I'd forgotten all about the funny thing.
Gets a chin lock. Americano looks like he's in trouble. Gets out of it with a chin breaker. Americano again gets hung up in a tree of woe, and Briggs stomps on him. Tries to unmask him. That brings Los Americanos up on the apron. He knocks them both to the floor, but that allows Americano to recover. He hits a flying shoulder tackle, hits a discus chop and a blockbuster. That knocks Briggs out of the ring. Americano dives after him, sends Briggs into the announce table. Briggs threw his cape at him and then bounced his head off the ring apron. Then suddenly Tavian Heights appears in the ring to distract both Briggs and the ref, and that allows... mainly the ref, actually, I should say, but that allows both Los Americanos to hit a nice double backstabber on Briggs, chuck him back in, and Americano with a backstabber submission gets the submission victory.
You know how sometimes a run-in or entrance music doesn't necessarily feel like a convincing distraction to either the wrestler or the referee, and you think, well, if that was you, like, get on with the pinning and then do your attack or whatever. Never has a run-in / distraction felt more earned than this one by Tavian Heights. Because what the was he wearing? And I couldn't stop looking at it. Like the rest of it, well, he had several bags on. They were all attached by one giant bag strap. It was backpack, front back, every pack. Like,
bagsman.
But he was a bagsman. I couldn't stop looking at it. So you got like chains over there. You got a full-on match happening. 3 fake luchadors. It's like, what are you doing, Tavian Heights? Weird front and backpack with like titties and a back. What like
it's quintessential NXT is what it is.
And now it's his thing.
It's NXT heritage, right?
This is your thing. It's not even a back. It's an everything pack.
These are your things.
I couldn't stop looking at it. So I'm with the ref.
He's got it, but that's because Tavian Heights is so reliable. He's got it in the bag.
Brilliant.
Good stuff, this one. It was fun.
Can he wrestle in it so that he can pull different gimmicks out of it, like each time? Like the biggest weapons in the big one at the back.
He can't get pinned because his shoulders can't go down. He's got backpack on.
He's got chest protector on the front.
This was a bit like, what am I watching here?
Yeah.
Like, what am I watching here?
This is what I thought was your kind of NXT, you two.
I was like, seriously, what am I watching here? You've got...
Briggs has brought Papa Shango's smoking skull with him.
Yeah, he's had that for ages.
He loves that.
He loves showing that off, doesn't he?
He obviously brought it from home. Like, he plays guitar and he's been allowed to keep it.
It was just... So you've got... Why are these two having a match on the two heels? What am I watching?
Americano's a babyface.
Well, no, he's not.
He's usually over in Mexico as a babyface.
His whole deal is he has 2 helpers who help him to cheat and win singles matches at an unfair advantage.
But he's like a lovable cheat. He's like, Dom, isn't he?
He uses a deadly weapon in his face.
Sometimes. Not in NXT. Never done that in NXT.
It was an odd bit of matchmaking. I thought no one gives them rat's ass, but they were kind of wonky together quite early, and then loads of bollocks happened, and I was like, well, it's not boring, this.
Love that double backstabber.
Yeah.
That's good.
Just think, is he doing it on purpose? Is he on a dare man? Like, is he working the sheets or something? Because, like, down in my territory, the two top baby faces are Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americano. But over there, in the Topsy-Turvy land, known as the main roster, Bizarro World, they're getting booed.
What's all that about?
They're huge, aren't they? They get massive responses whenever they work these AAA shows. El Grande Americano and Dirty Dom. Like, it's a dead man the babyface booker of the year.
Might be.
I need the Wrestling Observer graphic. Like on the full gimmick.
What does his face look like?
Sean McCall next to him. No, it's the slide picture. Booker of the year.
But speaking of the real Booker of the year, Ava's backstage. She goes up to Kalani Jordan, tells Kalani she wants to talk about something in her office.
I want to talk with you in my office about something.
Kalani's like, this should be good.
It should be good.
No, it's not Kalani.
All right.
Yeah. Ava says, well, I wanted to talk privately, but I can say it out here.
I would like to. I would wanted to talk privately, but if you want to talk about it out here,
it's not your decision whether you defend your TNA Knockout World title at NXT Gold Rush.
It's not your decision. Oh, see, lying.
It's not your decision whether you defend the TNA Knockouts World title at Gold Rush.
It's not your decision whether you decide to defend the Knockouts World title at Gold Rush.
And Kalani, you sort of got a bit of attitude about it. It's not your decision either. Last time I checked, you're not the GM of TNA. And I was like, you know what that means. We got it later. Anyway, Tyra May Steele joins. She's like cheating last week and now disrespecting the WWE Universe. And Ava?
I can't disrespect Ava.
It's gotten into you.
They're such horrible dogs, aren't they?
I should look up to you. Kalani says, you can still look up to me. I'm just telling it like it is now. Ava says, I want to make something clear.
I want to make something clear.
I'm not the general manager of TNA.
I'm not the general manager of TNA.
But I am the GM of NXT.
But I am the GM of NXT.
It's my show.
My show.
You want to act like you call the shots?
You want to act like you call the shots?
Sure.
Sure.
Test your luck tonight against Tyra May Steele.
Test your luck tonight against Tyra May Steele. It's just absolute slop, isn't it?
It's not good.
Absolute slop. The way they present and format these TV shows. Absolutely meaningless, repetitive slop. No one talks like that.
We see Ricky Saints catching up with Miles Bourne in the back ahead of this sit-down interview. Bourne says, leave a piece of Trick Williams for me. Yes, good. I want that as a feud for Miles Bourne going forward. Yeah, they're sat in different rooms. They're discussing their last man standing match next week. Saints basically says early on Trick needs to accept that he lost the title match and not throw fits all over the place. You're second best, basically. And Trick's like, no, I'm second to none. You know nothing about carrying this brand. And Ricky says, you don't even give a damn about NXT. You've had one foot out the door since I got here. The only reason you're obsessed with this title is because it's some sort of security blanket to you. This right here is representation. It is the culmination of who I am as a man, a person that works hard. I thought this would be
Write a new song.
I thought it'd be a pit stop, but as champion, I realize I can take NXT to heights that you failed to do. You take everything for granted, not me, not this championship, not the people, not NXT itself. Trick's like, oh, man of the people now, huh? That championship doesn't belong to someone like you. You look like a fan. You want your title? Go to WWEshop.com like everyone else. I like that line. The NXT championship belongs to a star like Trick Williams. I'm bigger than you. I'm better than you. And on Tuesday, I'll be the last man standing. Let's talk about it. Ricky calls Trick delusional. He says, basically, why wait? Let's have a bare knuckle fight right now. And they run out and they meet each other backstage. Brawl. And Trick nails Ricky in the ribs with a steel pipe, grabs his title, holds it over him, and says, you don't want to see this side of me, Ricky, but next week you will when I get my championship back.
You really like this, don't you?
Yeah.
I feel bad. I hate it. I hate it. I hate this feud so much. It's like...
Tricky Burgers is good.
Well, but even then, I'm just not seeing it. Like, I dread this in the same way like I dread the Death Riders. I don't want to think about it, and then I'm reminded. I'm just reminded of it, and then it's like, right, they're featuring, and I've got to.
Such an awesome.
That is the worst group.
Better than Chasey.
No, not legacy-wise. At least Chasey have had moments.
More
Death
direction
Riders
right
have had
now.
one moment ever, and it was down to Hangman Page of all people. Jesus.
I completely disagree, but if I just talk, you'll just say some bollocks back at me, so let's not do it.
It's all subjective. It's just an opinion, pal. Carry on.
So one of those moments happened at a stadium.
Chase, you know, just sort of
Baseball stadium, but a stadium nonetheless.
I don't like the content of these promos, this fighting for the soul of NXT.
Oh, Ricky Saints, but he loves NXT.
I think it reduces...
He likes it more than that Everton fan.
Yeah, I think it reduces...
When did he start sucking NXT off so much?
It's been like the theme of this program, hasn't it? Like this last month, I didn't really like...
I think wrestlers have legitimately forgotten to talk about anything else.
Yeah. Do you know, I was, on when we were reviewing Raw yesterday, and I mentioned how, like, with Punk especially, I was just like, I am jonesing for him to be in a personally should draw money thing somewhere, because all of this versus division, war games, like, I'm the world champion, I want the title. No, I need, like, you to have, like, a real sense of disdain with another human being. And then I was reminded today when I was writing the list of how amazing those 2 Becky Lynch segments were. Like, he couldn't fight Becky Lynch, but the personal issue was there to draw money with AJ Lee. And I haven't seen CM Punk in that environment since, like, late last year, realistically. I've never seen Saints in it in WWE.
No.
Because he's arrived and it's all about, I'm here now and I'm finally going to make it. And I think the Ethan Page was like a kind of noble failure, but it still became about winning the North American title. And then the same with the Obafemi, and now it's about
who's the best at
title.
winning an NXT belt?
It's, yeah, like
who's the first to make a moment, the quickest moment maker?
It's not getting the best out of Ricky. I'm not sure watching this what the best of Ricky Saints is, because I just don't like watching it.
I'm sick of him with this. It's this. He's man of the people. Ricky.
All I'm saying is, what movie's that from, Sidgwick?
Ricky Balboa. You know what I mean? It's man of the people stuff.
Ricky Rocky.
You know how... yeah, this podcast has legitimately broken our brains.
Yeah.
And I love all he is. But one of the many I love, Fraser Cranium, tweeted us the other week saying, like, someday they will study what the Dudleys have done to our brains. you know, we talk sometimes like this. Sometimes we talk like this.
Yeah. Ruined words.
Sometimes we talk like this. You know, I mean, everyone talks like those things all the time. You know, this podcast has broken our brains. I feel like this brand, representing brand, making moments on this brand, how good the matches are on this brand, like the entire vernacular of professional wrestling, it's in a completely new language, and they've forgotten how to speak the old one, just like us.
But this is worse in a way, because when you say the old one, I'm assuming what you're referring to is like hating each other for personal reasons. Yeah. The hatred is formed up like, who's the best brand rep?
I know.
Like,
I
hate you because you represent the brand differently to me. Well, I hate you more. Like, Trick is basically saying, you're like, you're too small for it, you're rubbish. I was a class NXT
Trick was very good in this again.
And Ricky's like, no, you're not. I'm better than you at representing this brand. Like, they're angrily, like, waving flags at each other, like Jim Duggan and Mr. Fuji or something. Like, it's just, the hatred's not, you can't hate each other for that. You cannot. Like, Trick should have gone around his house or something, smashed his house up. Like, then Ricky Saints would be like, oh, how much will be precious NXT now? Because your living room's a mess because I smashed it up. Then I could buy that you might hate him for a reason. At least there'd be a reason. Yeah. Like, this was the thing they used with Seth and Matt Riddle.
Yes.
Like, Seth Rollins was like, you screwed your life up, you piece of shit. Like,
and you're a complete dick to my wife, and I've never, ever forgotten that.
Hatred. I know it was borrowed from the UFC thing, wasn't it? But like
John Jones and
that's it. And then it's like, all right, well, I'll fight you. Like, this is only a screen. Like, we're in the same building, dickhead.
Why did he lean across? That's what I don't understand. He's right there.
There's never been a believable strain of hatred between these two.
No, then never. I really feel it.
Flag waver.
I never feel it ever really in this business these days.
Chucking each other into shells and that backstage. Ava's like, I've got to clean.
I will say, smooth AF on the part of Tricky Burgers. Like, just walks over, picks it up, one like smooth crunch, and then,
smooth AF road dog.
Yeah. Picks it up, crunch, but like, and then Ricky Stakes is duck. That all looked like a good bit of action. That was well done. Yeah. Lots of intent, good timing required, hot stuff.
Needs to be over this feud.
Finishes next week. Last man standing match. But what continues is the Women's Speed Championship Tournament. First round match, Zaria versus the leader of the rank UCC, Ren Sinclair, who's learned a lot from Charlotte Dempsey, because in this match, she targeted the shoulder, obviously the injured shoulder of Zaria's. Zaria fought back, hit a huge backbreaker. Sinclair hit a kick, though, and got her in an octopus hold. This is all within 3 minutes. Sinclair hit a drop kick. Zaria came out with a series of clotheslines and pump kicks. We're down to the last 60 seconds. It's all red. Time's running out. Sinclair gets an armbar even.
Armbar.
And a bear's in the ring.
My favourite wrestling move is a bar hug.
But Zaria got out of the armbar.
Natalie's talking about terrible Ted again.
Zaria got out of it, hit a spear, and hit the F5.
Hey, good work. Get back.
He's a good man.
Get back. Good work. Hey, Jerry, the stupid king, all this work punch was good. You want to see that f***ing bear swinging for you? Huh? What?
A bear and a rhino in one match, what that looks like.
That bear got on top of me. I wouldn't want to have 12 kids with that thing.
I finished my review, by the way.
That's right, because Zaria won't want a bear hit her.
Yeah. Solruka out there.
Yeah.
Looking suspiciously healthy.
I do enjoy the Zaruka drama, genuinely. I do. Like, Zaria just staring at Sol like, I'm going to win that belt for you, I promise. Like,
Wouldn't win that belt for me.
and then like, yeah, thanks. What's going on here? I like it. I like the drama too.
What would Stu Hart call Shawn Michaels?
Rod and bottom.
Yeah, right and by him. You know, Brett, I was watching the TV. He threw that other guy straight through the window. I wouldn't trust him.
Yeah, I know.
Straight through the glass. Kicked him. He's supposed to be his friend. You'd never do that to the big rhino, Brett.
Anything else to say about this match?
Not a thing. Not one single thing.
No notes from Michael Sidgwick there. TNA Knockouts champion Kalani Jordan versus Tyra May Steele. Steele aggressive early, but Jordan takes over, talks some trash as a heel. Jordan, she's a heel. She tries to put her hand on the ropes to get a roll-up win. Ref catches her even though. Steele comes back, gets a submission over her shins on Kalani Jordan. Kalani gets out of it though, hits a big forearm. Sends Steele into the ring post to the outside, smashes her hand on the ring apron, sets her up against the steps, but Steele fights her off before she can just nail her into them.
Gassed.
Steele drags Jordan down to the mat and hits a flapjack.
Gordon's.
Yeah. Hits a modified angle slam, but Jordan fights back, slams her down, split-legged moonsault, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, fine. Better than the promo. It's going to take a while because offense is
take a little time. See, my brain's broken.
Time for her to get over as a heel. Because, yeah, stuff's very babyface coded, isn't it?
No notes on the Kalani
Yeah,
Jordan
it's just a nothing match.
Well, it was all about what happened post-match, I suppose, because then on the screen appears Santino Marella, who says he's the TNA Director of Authority, and says that the NXT Gold Rush, Kalani Jordan will put the TNA Knockouts World title on the line against Jordan Grace and Lee Ying Lee in a triple threat match.
Big one.
Anything goes in that, right?
Perfectly legal, Cole.
Excited for that.
Where is it?
MSG, baby.
Square Garden.
Well.
Well, you know, the little downstairs back office of Madison Square.
Yeah.
The basement.
Still counts. We see, we mentioned Zaruka there. We see them chatting to Ava in her office. Ava says, Sol tells Ava she's had a conversation with the doctor and he's getting better every single week. Funny that. And she wants a title rematch with Blake Monroe at NXT Gold Rush. Probably could have not surrendered the speed title then. Yeah. But anyway, Ava says to Sol, your doctor's still giving you a month to be fully cleared.
Your doctor is still giving you a month to be fully cleared.
You can't push it.
You cannot push it.
I'd love to see you get hands on Blake Monroe.
I would love to see you get your hands on Blake Monroe.
But I can only sign off on a match.
But I can only sign off on a match.
When you're medically cleared.
When you are medically cleared.
Zaria's like, this could be perfect.
Could do unsanctioned.
We could both become champions at Gold Rush. You North American, me, Speed. In comes Fatal Influence. And JC Jane says, before Tatum Paxley comes up with another crazy idea, I want my rematch for the title at Gold Rush. Fallon Henley says, I'm going to become Speed champion at Gold Rush, actually. You mention it. Zara's like, fat chance. And Abe's got no time for all this because she's got to speak to Adam Pearce and the SmackDown GM. Can't remember what his name is.
Nick Aldis.
About who from NXT is going to be competing in the John Cena tournament. Oh, yeah! Hoorah! Hoorah!
Just you offering me like 4 separate matches for my show next week. Get the hell out of my off. I can't be asked for any years. Who's fighting John Cena? We must send him to Raw. Get the hell out. She hates her disdain for everybody.
A hectic schedule.
I need to get somebody for John. He sold his soul to my dad. Remember that? Biggest angle of the year. Remember it? Nope. Weird.
Not Dwayne's fault.
Yeah.
Said he was never going to be there, so.
I should have done it then.
What was that? Thinking about the other day. Somebody did a video where he was wearing like the Lion Mark t-shirt and doing a Rubik's Cube.
New Japan.
Mr. Mysterious Rock.
Yeah.
Love how like
he does it. He sure does. Keeps himself guessing. What does that mean?
Honestly, everyone involved in that process. Everyone involved in that process is a complete and utter moron. If he was not going to be there, they should never have done it. And here's the thing, right? This was always going to be compared to the Hulk Hogan heel turn because it's like, the forever babyface, the biggest star, the unthinkable has happened. They've actually turned them heel. There is literally one parallel people were going to draw between those two, talk about which was better or was it the best thing since and and they were stupid enough, moronic enough to put how many heels in that ring?
3 of them.
3 of them. Jesus. Like, the similarities there. Like, all right, well, it's a new world order with The Rock, Travis Scott, and John Cena.
I don't know. I forget exactly what the specifics of the pitch were, but on Unreal, which is obviously half a work anyway. But I really recommend you watch it. I understand that, but there's a conversation between Triple H and The Rock that Triple H loses because every conversation with them is a competition. And like they're stood in the aisle and they're kind of like having whispered chats because they know what's going to go on at Elimination Chamber, but they like to keep it a secret and stuff. And Triple H is like, so I'm thinking, you do the reveal. I think the hug is agreed upon or whatever. You do the reveal and then like, oh my God, and Cody's blooded. And then like you and Travis Scott just kind of like, we've served. No, this is what selling your soul to me gets you. Cody Rhodes on a plate, I'll see it, and then like we go off the air and Cena's just like bloodied up.
That's a better idea.
And I'm visualizing the Huskers to Pig Boy thing, and Cena's, like he's already put the watch on, he's bang, 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 and then so it's something like that. Triple H is visualized, yeah. And then Rock's like, I love it, man, I love it. But what about? And then he just goes into detail of pretty much what we saw. So like, and then Cena and Travis, they hold him out, and I just take my belt off, and it says Cody's soul. And my dick is the biggest dick anyone's ever seen in the history of dicks. What about and Triple H like, it's really good, Dwayne. We've done it again, friends.
We're effing.
We're effing.
That's actually not a bad idea from Levesque.
Yeah,
symbolically, right? Okay, our work here is done.
Yeah. Rock's like, oh, and then you never see me again, not once. I love it.
What do we get next on NXT? Oh, it's Javon Evans versus Saquon Sugars. This was really good. Evans is sensational, obviously. Flying all over the place. He actually does that to start the match, just jumps all onto State of Dark as they're making their entrance. Sugars comes back, though, with an inverted...
He asks for it. Don't ever feel guilty for not enjoying the show.
An inverted atomic drop powerbomb.
He invokes my heart. He gets what he deserves.
Yeah, he does.
Sugars is... Backbreaker City Jones over here just keeps it in backbreakers.
What's that?
Evans is flying all over the place. Hits a cutter on Sugars. Saquon gets sent out of the ring. The rest of State of Dark hype him back up and chuck him back in the ring. And a distraction from them allows Saquon to send Evans into the barricade to take us to a break. When we come back, Evans meets Sugars in the corner, goes for a top rope springboard, but Sugars nicely counters it with a drop kick. He's sort of toying with Evans at this point, paintbrushes him with his foot. Evans comes back with a snap suplex. Evans stomps him down. Sugars gets pulled out of the ring by Dark State, but he flies in, does Evans, and just this bonkers dive in there. He goes up top. Saquon gets to the ropes, though. Evans loses his balance. Sugars pulls him down into a sit-down flapjack. Sugars goes up top, but Evans sees it coming and moves. He hits 2 cutters, and then Osiris Griffin gets involved, and you think, oh, here we go, DQ, because Dark State will try and get involved. Evans brilliantly dodges all of them, gets back in there, hits a flying cutter to Saquon Sugars and gets the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I like the theme of this match and how bold it was. Even if like some of the execution was whiffed a bit, but it really didn't matter.
No.
This whole thing where there was 4 of them, Jesus, and John Evans can just literally bounce around them to avoid them. There really was like a video game quality to this where he just like it's as if like, well, if they touch me once, I'm dead.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, you know, you've got no shield or anything like that. To the point where, as you say, if they do touch him, that's a disqualification. So that's his night is over. He's fine. But he wants to win the match like a babyface. And he doesn't want to get DQ'd. He doesn't want to get beat up for that matter as well. And you can't illustrate that with everybody. They've got to have legitimate speed. You know, we've seen like Nathan Frazier do this before because he just runs really, really fast or whatever. This was like quite pleasing to watch in that regard because he kept, now they'll get him. No, they haven't. And they just, that running spot where he just hits the table at 100 miles an hour, where like, if John doesn't move, he's taking him with him.
Yeah.
It's the Bron Breakker thing. They're not stopping. You've got to work your bit of it. I really like that spot. It was all of them were very committed. Good ball knowers will never watch this, but this was good stooging. Very athletic stooging from the baddies.
Yeah. Contrived in places. It's, you know, modern wrestling, so I suppose it's weird to single this out as a complaint, but there were a few moments where I'm like, yeah, I mean, they just sort of waited to do that and what have you. But in other places, like literally too impressive to ever be a pissing, moaning bitch about. Like breathtaking stuff at times from Javon Evans here.
I feel like they've killed the word bouncy a bit, but it is that.
I mean, that's
just
what the
do
Fed
these
does.
bounces. I wish they had I wish there was another way to sort of describe what he's doing.
Jumpy.
Jumpy.
Jumpy, Javon Evans.
How did that start with jumpy Javon?
Don't give him that.
There you go, we've done it. Thanks, Sidge.
You came at me in a wrong way.
Yep.
And I'm coming full force. You came at me in a wrong way.
I need to watch that again. I'm not
It's
watching it for ages.
unbelievable.
Yep. We see Blake Monroe in Ava's office. Busy night. She wants to have that first title defense in New York City, MSG, NXT Gold Rush. Ava says, look, if Sol Ruker is medically cleared to compete.
If Sol Ruker is medically cleared to compete,
She'll be your opponent.
she will be your opponent.
Monroe doesn't feel like Sol's knee can hold up at the moment. But she's well aware that Sol never technically lost that NXT North American title. She hopes she knows what she's doing. She gets a text message.
I'm not done here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And Monroe tells Ava she's got to go because her better half is asking for an exclusive interview next week. I was really excited by this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a Gabbo-esque, Gabbo adjacent team.
Who's that, Mr. What?
So Blake Monroe says that her better half wants to interview her next week, right? Now, she did receive a text, but this is NXT. The text might have been unrelated. Is her better half like the devil in the bath? And she just...
There's two of them.
There's 2 of them.
Jesus!
Yeah. And she has talked before about this MSG show being like a dream for her. And as a result, is she just going to interview herself?
That works. Sounds good to me.
Because you've got a pitch for this, don't you?
I have several, obviously, because this is fascinating to me. The way she was holding the title was a bit Ethan Page.
Okay.
And she's obviously been pictured with him, not for that reason,
But
but
he's preoccupied.
he's preoccupied.
He's indisposed.
Then I thought, what if her better half is Lash Legend and she's going on the chat show?
That hasn't existed. In 4 years, 3 years.
What we can dream. It's got a
16-second interview slot.
That's next week, so that's before we go to MSG.
Yeah.
So they could do it.
Well, we can preview this, can't we? You won't be able to read for the payoff.
Oh, God, not here on next Wednesday.
But we can...
But I'll be back by... Oh, no. Not back by Thursday.
Roman Reigns works more than you two.
Where's in blood and guts? Oh, no. Damn you, Student Radio Awards.
You know what
You're doing another one of them?
This is my bread and butter, this. This is where I cut my teeth. Student Radio Awards. You mean another one? It's every November.
Yeah, but what the f*** were you doing in Sunderland then?
I was helping people putting their foot in the door. Helping people get the ball rolling. This is my... I was a judge. I'm a judge for these Student Radio Awards every year. And a 3-time Student Radio Award winner.
I'm going to start taking more days off me.
You should.
And I'll put you in this
You should. You take those breathers on Thursdays. You deserve them.
We'll take
I've got it. Don't worry. No, the fault. 0 complaints. That's that thing where it's like 0 days since, like, tomfoolery or something.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
nonsense.
Oh, God, speaking of which, these Student Radio Awards probably want to...
No, just ring them back. Ring them back. I mean, they're not really that busy, are they? They're not. What did he say?
He said, I'll be back in a second. You're going to moan all the time. I don't think
it's
he's...
Student Radio.
I didn't even hear his phone going. I think we know. So again, what's going on here?
He's
Every week.
pounding some strain.
Been listening to too much Lou Baker, hasn't he?
He is.
100%.
He's what am I going to... I'm going to take a day off just for the absolute hell of it. What should I do? That's what we can talk about.
Cinema.
I'm done with this.
Cinema.
Nah, I've already seen the best film of the year and probably
second, third, or fourth best.
probably my life. One battle after another, man. Jesus Christ.
Go to 3 things in a day.
I might go and see it. I think its theatrical run might have ended. I'd happily see that again. It were unbelievable.
Go to the library, not just to take books out, but to sit and read them in there because the vibes in there are lush.
Which one?
Any library, they've all got lots of books.
Have you ever been to the Lytton Phil, Sidge?
When I was in a sixth form.
I've never been, and I've been here this long, and I am angry at myself that I haven't done it yet. But it looks great.
Used to be advertised on the back of the crack.
It's the one.
In our uni days, the Lytton Phil was
just like the edge of the central station thing.
Yeah.
No, when I was in sixth form.
Over the road from that camera shop, sandwich shop thing.
Yeah. I'm convinced, right? Because we did, like obviously, Lytton Phil. I'm certain like you get like talks and stuff, and I did philosophy at A level. I'm sure I went to see a Dawkins chatting thing.
Yeah.
And the RE teacher the philosophy teacher took with her. So I have been there.
There's a cool little space down there where the new office is going to be. I've noticed there's stuff happening there. Like, this is not a wind up. Like, I'm not recommending you go and see this.
Live theatre.
Yeah.
And someone I used to know had a band. They would gig there constantly, so I used to go there constantly.
Over Christmas, for like 3 nights, I'm assuming it's all sold out. Jimmy Nail is singing the songs exclusively of Crocodile Shoes in there.
Ah.
I don't know, like, yeah, he's got it booked out 3 or 4 nights.
Don't go there after work.
You got like a post-work pint and Jimmy Nail live.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt it would be a good time.
Yeah.
He's lying.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Should we just wait for Wilbourn to get back to
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I mean, I can't talk about wrestling enough. I don't know what we'll do. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. I can't happy
Come on, mate.
I don't, this is the worst time in our collective careers where I can't think of anything less interesting to talk about than NXT. Like,
yeah, wrestling needs... What does 2026 look like? I don't think there's a single year that I've been less excited about wrestling. Like, this year has been such a crushing disappointment to me, and it's been so boring a lot of the time. Like, this is... the pandemic's different, extenuating circumstances, but the creativity shown by AEW in 2020 was, like, incredible, and you kind of needed wrestling, even if it was so bittersweet and it was so compromised. This is the worst, least inspiring year I've experienced as a wrestling fan, come pundit, since like the mid-2010s.
I would agree. Needs a Steve Austin type guy to grab it by the scruff of the neck, doesn't it?
We need something. We really need something.
Big star from developmental.
I'm not convinced he's coming back, so should we call it?
Finish getting on with his notes, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yes! Staxy!
How's it going, guys? How do you enjoy NXT last night, huh?
Oh, yeah, getting through it.
We needed more stacks, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, everything needs more stacks. Hey, by the way, belated Happy National Easy Bake Oven Day for yesterday. Sorry, I forgot that yesterday.
It's kind of the original air fryer.
Indeed.
The Easy Bake Oven.
What's that about? What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry, yeah, we'll play on that later.
Sidge, what's the deal with ovens?
Ovens, it's just a device with which you can cook things and bake things very hot. What does yours go up to?
Sun hot. 280, 260, is that right? I don't know.
280. Mine's 275.
Right. That's probably mine. I don't know.
But here's the thing about ovens. They are such a bitch to clean that I've become an air fryer convert until it got busted. But air fryer's absolutely chopped. So,
I'm nightmare with the stack stuff.
Yeah, I'm now relying on the oven again. And it's just like, every time you use it, it's like, oh, that needs a clean. Just clean it after every time. I shouldn't have to clean it every single time. But then you kind of do. Otherwise, 2 months from now, you is going to hate yourself. So, God, don't like ovens, but they make tasty treats.
Well, I actually just burnt my Hawaiian pizza in the oven. Well, I guess I should have put it on aloha setting. Aloha setting, huh? 3 questions, 3 jokes for you. Sidge, what's an oven's favorite movie?
Okay. Bake. Electric. Gas. The Fabulous Baker Boys. That's a movie, isn't it?
That's a movie, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Stacks.
What about something more Route 1 for this? Classic.
Oven.
It's an oven's favorite movie.
It's an oven's favorite movie.
What else is ovens? What else have they got? I don't.
No, I feel like I can get this now. I feel like there's an implicit challenge in the air.
Yeah. Nothing's coming to mind. Got heat on it. Fan assisted ones.
What did you just say?
Heat.
There you go. That should be it, but it's not.
Good night, right?
Ah.
This is, of course, Bake to the Future.
Jesus. No.
Hamflett, try this one out for size.
Okay.
Why doesn't an oven attend university? Picture that.
It is bright because there's a light in there.
Mm-hmm. Preheat an oven.
What do you measure the temperature in?
Okay. What's the setup again?
Why doesn't an oven attend university?
Because it's already got degrees.
Close enough.
What was the actual question?
It's already got over 100 degrees. Question joke number 3.
Thanks.
How is my strategy for operating the oven a bit like my strategy for sex?
I've got nothing for this. Sorry, lads.
Set up.
How's my strategy for operating the oven a bit like my strategy for sex?
You like saying that one, don't you, Stacks? Nice mouthfeel.
Strategy for
Trying to
opening
go for
the
that.
oven.
What's it called when it's nice to say words? What's that?
Is it mouthfeel?
No, that's an actual
No, that's
word
like-
for it. That's just
food.
the way you say it. That's the way a baby would say it. Mouthfeel.
Son hat. Come on, Sid, your words, guy. What's the word
I
for it?
don't know. I'm too busy concentrating on this. I don't think I know all the answers, but I need to think of this answer. What's the setup again?
How's my strategy for operating the oven a bit like my strategy for sex?
Operating the oven. See, I would say what would be the difference, and it's like gloves and rubber johnnies, something in that area. Strategy.
Yesterday was about sticking
operating
meat
the
in
oven.
something, so it's like...
Warm it up, stick my meat in it, and then careful when you pull it out.
Yeah.
Pretty goddamn spot on, actually. How's my strategy for operating the oven a bit like my strategy for sex? I try my best to turn it on, I stick my meat in, and I make sure I pull out before it's too late. See you later, guys.
Excellent. Bye, Stacks. Nice, good guy.
Yeah, he's all right, isn't he? Strategy for sex.
Strategy for sex.
Very, very sex, that. Very sex.
Sounds like a 14-year-old kid in a teen movie who was really thinking about it. A strategy. I've all been there.
Sorry about that. Oh, everything all right?
Yeah. Everything okay with you?
Yeah, good. Obviously, just want to speak to a 3-time Student Radio Award winner. Just about,
What did you win it, did you?
Just a few times. Don't want to talk about it.
But for your specific university or nationwide?
Nationwide. Best entertainment show twice. And the Kevin Greening Award for Creativity.
The Kevin Green Award for Creativity, former breakfast show host.
Indeed, named after him.
Himself.
The Culling tried to console Tatum Paxley over the loss earlier on. Izzy says you can't make these irrational decisions anymore. You need to think before you act.
Decisions. What are they?
Paxley agrees she's going to be more selective about who gets title opportunities, but she's got one thing to do next week. What's that? What is it?
I don't know. It's another hook.
Yes! And then we get to the main event of the evening. It was the Muy Grande Champion Celebration.
That reminds me. Booker T's out of control. Even by his standards, when he was talking about
edition of
when he was expressing his excitement over this segment early in the show, he was just going crazy.
Yeah,
and then didn't he get confused with Grande Americano?
Yeah,
and he going, it's time for the day, and no, that's just another vaguely Mexican theme. Do you remember that? Vic Joseph was like, no, it's a different segment with different wrestlers and a different story. Just sounds a bit, Mexican book. And he's like, how can you not love it? He's a mythical figure, this Grande Americano. What are you the hell are you talking about?
Hey, Sean.
Who the hell are you talking to?
Get your announcer together. Burying my guys.
But yeah, there is the new AAA mixed tag team champions, Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, with a big Canadian cake in there. And obviously...
did like the Canadian pinatas.
Yeah.
Like that.
Page talks about how everyone hates Canadians and them in particular because they say things and they come true. He says he's the greatest North American ever. Not even North American champion, just North American. Green agrees and says that jealousy is a disease and the locker room is rife with it. She says as a AAA champion and a future 2-time women's champion, we'll preview that on SmackDown, of course. Can anyone name a more iconic pair than her and Page? And they'll defend these titles against anyone and everyone. She says, but look, Ethan, this is our Muy Grande Campeon Celebration, or whatever it is. I've got the margaritas, we've got the decor, and we've got the desperados in the crowd. Clever. I just wish that Joe was here. And Ethan's like, don't say his name. It ruins everything. We're celebrating. We're not doing that tonight. And then Chelsea's like, well, there's a big cake there. I'm sure he's not even going to come like that, isn't he? And Ethan's like, I figured it out. Go on, say his name, and we'll deal with it. And Chelsea says, Slajan A, say it. And, Alba Fire says, Joe Hendry. About to attack him. Yep. Say his name, and he appears, but not from the cake, on the ramp. And he says, say his name, and he appears. Sometimes the straightforward approach is best. Ethan and Chelsea, you took my advice the wrong way. You got so caught up in your egos that you forgot what real talent looks like. And Ethan's like, right, cut to the chase, buddy. We know what you're here for. Say you want a title shot. You haven't deserved it. And Joe says, Ethan, I do want a title shot, but I want a shot at the AAA mixed tag team titles.
The Evolve champs been on there. There's all the NXT belts. They've got speed now. There's 6 titles. It's mental. It doesn't work.
Chelsea says, Joe, buddy, I don't know how the metric system works wherever the hell you're from, but there's 2 of us and only 1 of you. You need a partner. And Joe says, I need a partner. Maybe someone who can do the spin, someone who can wave their hands from side to side, who can stand beside me and chant, we believe. He's like, who is it? Who is it? Joe says, well, I was going to keep it a secret until Gold Rush, but if you want to know who it is, then all you have to do is say her name. Thea Hale's name is mentioned, and we get a remix of Joe Hendry's Say Her Name, and she appears, I believe in Thea. And Thea pops out of the cake, dressed as Joe Hendry, does the turn, cream pies Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. Hendry comes in and fights Ethan Page. Hale hits a diving crossbody off the cake. And then Joe Hendry cream pies Ethan Page as well. And Joe Hendry and Thea Hale stand tall, waving the audience off to close out this show. What an ending. Oh, not a fan of this, were you?
No. Chelsea Green and Ethan Page are really
Chelsea's good. Chelsea was good here. She's
so good. And this is such an important job in WWE, and she's currently the best at it. There's always somebody, and she's got that spot. Ethan Page. I continue to rate Ethan Page until I have to, prep myself for one of his wrestling matches. But, I love pretty much everything else he does. And then often the matches themselves I quite enjoy, sorry, Ethan.
Enigma.
Yeah. Everything else, though, God,
baby faces were very lame here, and I like Joe Hendry and I like the
lame.
bit, but it just their performances didn't work. This was almost single-handedly saved by Chelsea Green for me.
Kind of off the bit as well. WWE in it, this is Fandango Joe when Jerry the King Lawler was like, "Come on, guys, that's Fandango." I was I hate it now. They're kind of getting there with Joe Hendry. About a month back, he's on a shelf. I was kind of back into it, and this was the other way. The pops aren't there, and this needs a ton of fan support and sentiment to work. That's how it worked in the first place. It's how he became viral sensation, WrestleMania, the whole deal. But you can't force the fans to love it; they just have to, and that's what powers it. It's where the energy comes from, and there just wasn't. I didn't think much energy in the room for this Joe Hendry Thea Hale bit. There's worse ways to establish a mixed tag match for Gold Rush next week. But
2 weeks.
2 weeks, sorry. But then if you didn't have these belts, you wouldn't need to set that up. The tail is wagging the dog, not the other way around. It doesn't work. Thea Hale, I like, so I'm glad she's getting featured, but it's just dressing up in it. It's not exactly her next big step forward. I don't think anybody came out of this with much about other than Chelsea Green.
Yeah, I have to agree. Chelsea Green's good, though.
Not a fan of this segment, then.
Not really.
Not a fan of the segment where a heel champion was boasting in the ring. They thought they'd foiled a sneak attack, but were wrong. They were fooled by another surprise of someone in a different costume. Got smashed in the face with something they were previously going to enjoy, and the babyfaces stood tall. Weird that, because on Thursday last week, you seemed pretty pleased with that exact series of events.
Yeah, here's the thing, asshole. It's when...
Just the letters are blinding you somewhat here.
If I see a wrestling match with a collar and elbow tie-up, and then an opening shine, and then a heat sequence, cut-off heat sequence, then a comeback, and then finish, and it's dog shit. And I see another one that's got the same kind of structure, but it's well wrestled. There's probably a difference between those two things.
Sort of a shot-for-shot remake, basically, I thought, from what happened on Dynamite last week. And greatness echoes greatness, as I said, and I did like that segment last week. So I'm just being consistent, guys. Just wish you two could be as well. Anyway, let us know your thoughts on NXT in the comments section below, or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Well, actually, you can follow all four of us. You can follow Michael Hamflett.
Like Dynamite so much, why don't you come in next week and review it? Oh, sorry, hanging around with 19-year-olds. Again.
We can all do gotchas.
You can follow Michael Hamflett at...
on Cameo, if you like, at Michael Hamflett.
Follow Michael Sidgwick at...
Hello. Sidgwick.
Follow our brilliant producer, Adam Nicholas, at...
No, leave me out of this.
Okay, you can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcast from for daily wrestling podcasts. This has been the NXT review. My thanks to Hamflett, Sidgwick, to Stacks. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.